Hi Capricorn, this is your love reading for the end of July to the end of August. I would like to just say that previously I have just done general readings, but I thought I would give a love reading a go and really just see how it goes. Also, I want to apologise for the delay with putting your reading up, but time hasn't been on my side this week, so there has been a delay with your reading and Aquarius and Pisces. But anyway, as usual, I have already pre-shuffled the cards and laid them out, as it does save time and I prefer to just get straight into your reading. The first card we have here is the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups can generally represent celebrations. You can see there's three ladies in the card and they seem to be celebrating. Now, if you're in a relationship already, what this card can signify is that the plans you've both made are more than likely going to happen. It's kind of like if you've been in a relationship and you've both spoke about getting married and maybe setting the date for this, then this card is showing that that is now going to take place. But on the other side, it can also show that if you're in a relationship and both of you have felt that this relationship is not really going anywhere, and you both feel that it's maybe time to cut the ties in this relationship, then that's going to happen as well. Because it's a card that signifies when you're already in a relationship, whichever plans you've made, they're going to come to fruition in some way, be it the ending or taking it further. It can show that if you're not in a relationship, it can show that a long lost love may come back into your life. A previous partner that you may have felt that you had almost like a soulmate connection to. And it shows that they could be coming back into your life. It can also indicate that if you are in a relationship and you've both agreed to end this relationship, it can be because you've just felt that neither of you are completely right for each other. And what it can show that by this relationship ending, then a soulmate can then enter your life. It doesn't have to be somebody you've known from the past. It can be somebody new that's going to come into your life that you do feel you have more of a connection with than your current partner. But overall, it's a good card. It's a lucky card. It's not a horrible card, because if you are thinking about ending a relationship, then it's not going to be out of any major problem or anything, I don't think, at this stage. I just think it's maybe the natural progression of that relationship is for it to end, or the natural progression is for you now to get married. And as I said, if you're not in a relationship, it can signify somebody you felt a soulmate connection with in the past re-entering your life, or you meeting somebody that you feel this connection with. I will just say as well that sometimes for the singles, although it can sometimes indicate meeting a soulmate connection, it can also suggest that if you have recently met somebody, you may feel that this is going to be a long-term relationship, but the other person could actually be thinking do you know what? I actually prefer this person as a friend. It's not somebody that I really want to spend the rest of my life with. Thus meaning that that relationship will end, but end on a friendship, not end with any malice. And then that door closes and a new door opens for you to then meet this person that you have more of a connection with. So there is a number of ways that this card can be interpreted, but like I said, none of the ways are really horrible, to be honest. As I said, overall it is quite a nice energy to this card. The next card we have is the Justice card. Now, the Justice card, it's about problems being solved or problems being brought to the surface, but things being dealt with that in a fair way. The balancing of the scales. It can indicate that, you know, if you are single and you're going to meet somebody, like I said with the Three of Cups, it could be that you're going to meet somebody that doesn't quite match your standards, or as I said, you don't feel you have this connection with, but it can lead to a friendship. Within a relationship, it can signify that problems within this relationship are being brought to the surface, and the problems are going to be resolved in a fair way. This card completely represents the coming to a just verdict in whichever way that it can fit in with your life. It's the settlement to something, reach an agreement to something, but it's fallen within your help and hindering position. But I don't feel that this card is going to hinder you. I feel it's going to help you, because as I said, either problems are going to be resolved in a fair way, or maybe somebody's going to realise that this new relationship they're in isn't in balance with them or isn't suiting them, and it will end, but it will end, as I said, in a fair, just way. But it's all about problems or situations in some way being resolved, but in a fair way for both people. The next card we have, and actually I should have said the Justice card is a Major Arcana card. And the Major Arcana cards, when they come up, they're kind of more important than the Minor Arcana cards, because they're trying to emphasize something and get something across to you in a more profound way. Now we have the Page of Cups, which is reversed. Now, sometimes the page, first of all, I want to say the cups, and this is your second one because you've had the Three of Cups, and looking at the table, you do have 4 cup cards. The cups represent water. They represent Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. It is possible that you may be dealing with somebody from one of those signs, but it doesn't have to mean that. But the cups are all about emotions, feelings, love. The Page of Cups normally is representative of Pisces, because you have the fish here in the cup. But being reversed, it can sometimes indicate a deception of some sort, or somebody seducing somebody else, but I don't want to say in a deceptive way, but maybe to suit their own needs. Maybe somebody is saying all the right things, doing all the right things, as I said, kind of seducing you in a certain way, or seducing you into a relationship. But it can be that it's more to suit their own needs and have their needs met than it is for your needs to be met. And maybe that's why the Justice card has shown up, because the Justice card is about, as I said, things being handled fairly and just. And maybe somebody in your life hasn't maybe behaved in that way, and justice is now going to be done. It can also be a contemplation card. And pages often signify messages being brought to you in some way. But I feel that maybe you are very attached to somebody, and the way they have kind of seduced you has led to you feeling this attachment to them. But it may not be what you think, because the person may just be trying to have their own needs met. And it could be a little bit one-sided, is what I'm trying to say. The next card we have is the Seven of Cups. Now this has fallen within your past, your near past, but something that's having an effect on you now. What this card signifies is that it's kind of showing that this man in the card has all these offers in front of him. You could think they're temptations or all these dreams, whichever way you want to view that. But it's all about all these offers in front of him, and he stood there kind of trying to think, which one should he accept? Which offer should he take? And this card is very much saying that you need to really think before you make that decision, because you could have made the wrong choice when you've chosen something or accepted an offer, and it may not be bringing you or have brung you the fulfillment that you actually thought it would. Because the Seven of Cups is all about choices and decisions, but making the right choice, making the right decision for you. And because it can have like a dreamy kind of fantasy kind of feeling to it. And as I said, you could be offered something and it could sound so lovely. Maybe it was a relationship, maybe being offered something within the relationship. But you could discover that if you haven't chosen carefully, or you've made the decision hastily, that it turns out not to be what you thought. Because it can be a card of saying that really something may sound too good to be true. That's the way I want to get it across, actually. That something sounds absolutely lovely, but it may actually not be the case. Now, the next card we have is the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups is a good card. This has fallen within the present moment. And the Two of Cups can signify the beginning of a relationship starting. A new love that's just starting. It generally represents that some form of balance is being found. Now, this card has fallen within your present moment. So this could be how the situation is at the moment, or how you are feeling, because like I said, the cups are emotion-based cards. So you could be feeling at the moment that you have found a balance within your relationship. And feeling quite relaxed and quite comfortable, and generally feeling quite happy. And as I said, it can sometimes signify an engagement or a marriage. But overall, it's a good card for partnerships and relationships. But I'm actually wondering whether this is more your emotional feelings about this, and how you're actually feeling about this, rather than it being the reality. And I don't know why I feel like that, but I do for some reason. But we're going to move on to the next card. The next card we have is Temperance. This is a major arcana card. Now, Temperance, you can see it is reversed. And this has fallen within your near future position. And when I see Temperance reversed, I can now think why I felt this way about the Two of Cups. Because Temperance reversed shows an imbalance. It's showing that there's some worry, or there's going to be some conflict, but generally feeling that the relationship's feeling quite out of kilter. It's not as balanced as maybe you thought it was. It could also mean that maybe your feelings and your emotions are feeling unbalanced at the moment. Where we had the Two of Cups, where you did feel balanced, and as I said, that's the present moment, but maybe something is going to happen to change that, to create you to feel this imbalance, because that's what Temperance is reversed. It's about a feeling of things not being right, things just feeling out of sync, which is causing you to worry. Temperance can be about compromise and reaching the compromise on things. It can be about reconciliations as well, but when it's reversed, it's more indicative of things feeling out of balance. Maybe it's not you, maybe it's the other person in your life that is feeling that things are out of balance. And with the Two of Cups, you could be feeling that things are in balance and they're not. It could be the other way around. that they are feeling that everything is good and happy and balanced within this relationship, but you're feeling at some point in the near future that it doesn't quite feel like that. But Temperance reversed is all about an imbalance, trying to find the balance and worrying over this, which can create an element of conflict. The next card we have is the Sun card, which is another major arcana card. The Sun card has fallen within your the attitude of you. This card has fallen. This card in this position, number 7 position, it's more representative of you, and it's showing that again you could be worrying because it's showing that you have a clear vision on how you wish things to be, how you would like things to be. But it's like it's not like that at the moment. There's delays, which is causing frustration. It's almost like you've envisaged this perfect scenario to something, and it's not quite as you thought it was going to be. It's not quite as perfect. And you could feel that this perfect scenario has all just been wishful thinking. But even though the Sun card is reversed, the Sun is still there. It's still very strong. And it's saying not to give up hope because, sorry, maybe the situation will improve, but maybe it's going to take time. But overall, I feel that you've envisaged this perfect relationship. And for some reason, you are now thinking, this is not how I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be this way, and it's actually this way. And you could be feeling, as I said, quite frustrated and worrying about this in some way. But it's saying not to give up. The next card we have is the Tower card. Now, some people like the Tower card, some people don't. I quite like the Tower card. This has fallen within your environment and your friends and family. So everything that's around you. The Tower card is about change, okay? You can see that the tower's caught on fire. The people were inside the tower. They didn't expect this change. Had they have expected it, they obviously would have left the tower before it caught on fire and collapsed. But when this Tower card comes up, it's representing that change has got to happen. You've got no control over this. You didn't see this change coming. And as I said, it can be representative of family or friends, or just your environment, or I guess friends and family within your environment, or your partner. But if this is happening to them, then obviously it's going to affect your environment as well. But it's about something changing quickly with speed, and you had no idea that this change was going to come. Now, with the Sun card, we've already seen that you had this perception of something being a certain way, and are very much feeling that it isn't how you thought. And maybe that change is to do with that. Maybe this sudden change is going to come along and it's going to shake that up, and it's going to turn things around for the better. Because the Tower card doesn't always have to mean, because it looks really destructive, the card, but it doesn't have to mean something horrible. It can just signify that there's going to be a sudden turn around. There's going to be a sudden change of something that you are not going to see it coming. You've got no control over this change, and it's going to happen very quickly. Because it's like you can't blame somebody for this, because like I said, it was out of your control. It could just be that it was a bad turn of events and a stroke of bad luck, or if a particular bad situation is coming to an end, then it can be a stroke of good luck. It doesn't have to be bad. It's your interpretation of how you feel this change is affecting you and your relationship. Because with change can sometimes bring bad things, and change can also bring good things. But with this change, you can't put blame at your front door or the other person's, because the change was inevitable. The next card we have is the Ace of Wands. Now, this is the only one card you've got on the table. The wands represent fire energy, and they do represent Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And like I said, I always tell you the signs, but it doesn't mean that you're dealing with somebody from that sign. The good thing is, after this Tower collapsing and everything changing, we now have the Ace of Wands, which is a lovely card to have, because the aces in all the suits are always about new beginnings, and this card is about embarking on something new. This has fallen within your hopes and fears, or your need to know. So it could be that you are now hoping for a new beginning. The Tower has collapsed and there's been this sudden change. It could be that you are now hoping for a new beginning within this relationship that you're already in, because things have had to change and changed with quick speed. And it's completely turned this relationship around in a more positive way. Or it could be that with the Tower, a relationship has collapsed and ended, and you are now hoping for a new beginning within your life. That you are now embarking on a new start within your life, on a new journey within your life, with the possibility of meeting a new love within your life. Either way, this card is a very, very nice card to have. It's, to me, it almost looks like it's the calm after the storm. we had all the destruction with the tower. And then here with this, you know, the water seems calm, and to me it just seems a very calm card. And I just feel that this is now the calming down of everything. This is either a new beginning within your relationship or a new beginning for you on your own, starting a new journey, a new life, and, as I said, a new love. The next card we have is the Judgment card. This is another major arcana card, and I have to say I don't very often get the Judgment card in my readings, if I'm truthful. This has fallen within your distant outcome, okay? And the Judgment card can be about second chances. It can also be the conclusion to something, that somebody's made the final judgment on something, and that final judgment has now brought a conclusion to something. So it could be that a final judgment has been made within this relationship, and it's been to give this relationship a second chance. And as I said, with the Ace of Wands, the hope of starting afresh within the relationship, and it's going to be a whole new beginning. It can also be that the conclusion that's been reached is for that relationship not to continue. And, you know, it's like a second chance now for you to start your life over again, for you to embark on this new journey of your life. And as I said, possibly start a new relationship within your future. But this, it's a good card. It's, as I said, it's the conclusion to something. And with conclusion, you can get rewards. The rewards can be, as I said, maybe the second chance being given within a current relationship and something new happening within that relationship. Or the reward can be you moving on with your life and finding a more rewarding life for yourself. But either way, it's like the final judgment is going to be made in whichever way of your life within this relationship. It's either the final judgment that yes, we are going to stay together and we are going to make this relationship work and we're giving it a second chance, or the final judgment call that this is not working for both of us and we need to end it so we can both go off and create a new life and a new journey. But either way, it's a very nice card to end on, because it's not really, this card is not representative of any sadness or bitterness or malice or anything. To me, it signifies that finally, one way or another, a decision is going to be made. Something is going to be concluded, and it's going to allow a second chance. And as I said, it's either the second chance for this relationship, or it's a second chance, as I said, for you both to go your separate ways and create a new life and a new journey somewhere else. apart. But overall, it's a lovely card to end on. So Capricorn, that does conclude your love reading. I really do hope that somebody out there has been able to understand this reading. I hope in some way it fits in with your life. It can't fit in with every Capricorn out there, obviously, because there's obviously thousands of Capricorns, but maybe a small part of it may fit in with your current relationship at the moment. But either way, I hope that some of you can make sense of this within your own lives. If you have liked this reading, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't liked it, then by all means give me a thumbs down. I do love having comments left on my videos, and I always make sure that I do reply to every comment that has been left for me. So once again, I really hope that you've enjoyed this reading, and I will see you again in September for your general reading and your next love reading. So until then, thank you for watching. Bye.